Okay, so now, state in clause number 326402, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
It's 90 days county jail, probated over 6 months, $500 fine. And
You said a 500?
yes, Your Honor, 40 hours community service. Also ignition interlock device, drug and alcohol assessment, and a DWI education course. And the reason for that offer, Your Honor, Mr. Zuniga had pled previously on a DWI and completed the probation. And we had this case actually at that time. We just hadn't filed it yet, so we didn't take care of it.
Okay, there's a DWI education, interlock, and drug and alcohol assessment.
Yes, Your Honor.
What was this, hold on a minute. You said that y'all had you had he has another DWI?
He has another DWI pending at the same time, and when we pled the previous DWI, the new DWI, this DWI was filed like a month before, and nobody knew about it when we did the original PDWI. So he actually completed that probation, and when that probation was completed is when he came to us and let us know that he had the new DWI, which was actually pending the whole time he was on probation. So
I think they filed it, from what I have in my notes, is they filed it in the middle of his probation, which he thought he had taken care of everything, and then he got arrested on the other one that was already that we received, but I guess we were waiting on labs or something like that. But
Now, let me ask you this, this DWI, did it occur prior to him getting on probation for the
Yes.
other the DWI that he was on probation for?
the offense date is prior.
yes, Your Honor, but it wasn't filed yet. He didn't plea on it. He didn't have a conviction on it.
So it wasn't officially filed, you saying like filed by the DA's office?
That's correct, Your Honor. I think we're waiting on from my notes.
Oh, like
we're waiting
a
on the
lab
next
test?
one. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, now when did he complete the other probation?
He received probation on June 11th,
Or what year?
2020.
Did he get off in June of 21?
Should have got off in June 20.
Was it a year?
I don't think he got extended or anything.
I believe it was, Your Honor. I think it was June 21. Let me make sure.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because this occurred in February of 20. She can,
Looks like he was discharged on June 22nd, 2021.
okay, okay. Okay. Hold on there. It's just a regular class. Right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Mr. Zuniga, the state is offering that you serve 90 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for 6 months. And during the 6-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $477, which comes to a total of fine and court costs of $977. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of 6 months, a probation fee of $60 each month, a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. You'll also be required to pay the Jefferson County DWI education class and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. And should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Your total monthly installments that you'll be required to pay each month is $270. Will you be able to pay the $270 each month?
He recently lost his job, Judge, so he's gonna try to make those payments if he can, but right now, he does not have a job.
Well, okay. Let me see. That's not.
He's expecting a call back from a job. He does expect to have a job by next week.
Well, but let me do this here. I mean, currently, he's not able to pay it. I mean, so, let me see. Okay. Mr. Zuniga, the state is, well, the court is going to find that you're indigent and pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, your fine and court cost is going to be converted to community service. You'll be required to do 78 hours of community service to pay off the fine and court costs. That's 78 hours. Also, the probation fee will be reduced from $60 each month to $25 each month. Okay, so let me repeat. The state is offering that you serve 90 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail. The state was offering a fine of $500 plus court costs of $477, which comes to a total of $977, which is converted to 78 hours of community service. You also, the state was you was also required to pay $60 probation fee, but that will be reduced to $25 a month, a probation fee. You'll be required to pay a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. You also be required to pay the Jefferson County DWI education class and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. And should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, Mr. Zuniga, do you understand the state's offer and the court's findings?
Yes.
And do you think, okay, also, Mr. Zuniga, you'll be required to pay, excuse me, required to perform an additional 40 hours of community service. You will attend and complete a DWI class, have a drug and alcohol assessment, install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate, and you'll be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of probation. Do you understand the state's offer and the court's findings?
Yes.
Okay. And do you think that they are fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept it?
Yes.
I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you've made with the state. The court is going to find that you are indigent and pursuant to Article 42 Article 42.15 of Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. The adjustments are being made to pursuant to Article 42.15 of Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. Now, Mr. Zuniga, you can stand on the X in front of our clerk, follow her directions, and once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Yeah, hold on a minute.
I have one more on your docket.
Yeah, okay. Here you go. Hey, Mr. Young. Mr. Dan Young. Okay, you're in court.
Yes, sir.
You need to put out the cigarette and you need to sit up.
I'm so sorry.
Okay,
Yes, sir. I'm right here.
put your mic back on mute.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We're in session and calls numbers 325-318, calls number 327-334, and calls number 327-844. All three cases are styled the state of Texas versus Lloyd Jones and Lloyd Jones Jr. Mr. Jones, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Jones?
Ronnie here.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Jones, you're represented here by your attorney, Attorney Charles Rojas. Attorney Rojas, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge.
Mr. Rojas, what is your announcement in Mr. Jones' cases?
Mr. Jones also has a felony pending in the 252nd. I believe that case got reset this morning.
Do you have a date?
30 days, you said.
Oh, they didn't give him
They
a
haven't
date.
given it to us.
Oh, they reset it to March 7th?
March 7th.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna reset this case to March 7th with your felony. Mr. Rojas, you can stand over there and sign for his reset. You can go over there with him. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. You're welcome. Where's Ms. Macy? Okay. Ms. Macy is back in session at call number 328-674, case of South State of Texas versus Kevin A. Banks. Mr. Macy, I have I guess a work school release for Mr. Kevin Amir Banks.
Yes,
Okay, stating that, I guess he was in the emergency, was a patient, was seen in the emergency room this morning or something. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let me ask you something. Is he still in the hospital or not, or what?
Your Honor,
Would you come on out? And good morning, sir. Would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
Okay, and what's your full name?
Darrell Bowie.
Darrell Edwards Bowie. How are you doing, Mr. Bowie?
It's fine.
Okay, now, Mr. Bowie, you have some information regarding Mr. Kevin Banks,
Yes.
and what is that information?
I rushed into the emergency room at 6:30 this morning. He didn't have surgery. He had a problem here.
Okay,
And
so he's currently at the hospital now, and he's gonna have surgery today,
Yeah.
that's what you're saying?
I left my mother out there with me. She asked me to come.
Okay, okay. Okay, so Mr. Macy, Mr. How much time do you need? You probably need you getting surgery, I don't know how long he's gonna be down. I mean,
yeah, I have no idea, Judge.
is 60-day reset?
Yeah,
be
just
fine?
on trial docket. I mean,
Okay,
if it's
just
trial
standard on
docket,
trial doc. Just give us the standard reset. Yeah,
April 11th.
and put this here, this is, it's gonna be in this file. Okay, all right,
Thank you, sir.
all right, you welcome. You can get your reset. Once you get your reset, Mr. Macy, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day. And Mr. Boyd, thank you for providing the court with that information.
I was on the docket for Kennison Aguilar, Judge, but my understanding is Bruce Smith filed a motion to substitute as counsel. So I just wanted to check to make sure you didn't want me here for that. It's not on the trial docket, it was on the announcement docket, I believe. Kennison Aguilar, 321554.
An announcement. You see an announcement docket?
I believe so, Judge.
I wonder if it was already reset.
It's online. I saw
Kennison
it online.
Aguilar.
Yeah,
Why don't you give it to the court coordinator? She'll try it. No, over here, over there.
Your Honor, I believe we have Mr. Kimler's last client.
Okay, hold on a minute. We're back in session and calls number 323-864. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Coy Wayne Dodd. Mr. Dodd, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dodd, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Dodd, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dodd, you may put your hand down. How you doing, Mr. Dodd? See, you took your hair down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Dodd, you here represented by your attorney, Mr. Wright Kimler. Mr. Kimler, how are you doing?
Well, Your Honor.
That's good. The state is represented by Attorney Blake Ham. Attorney Ham, how are you doing?
Doing well, thank you, Your Honor.
That's good. Mr. Dodd, I have before me a document that is titled information. This information alleges that on or about May 6th of 2019, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of possession of marijuana. Mr. Dodd, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to discharge Mr. Dodd, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dodd, I have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishment, also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, Mr. Dodd, there are a set of initials on the line next to a box that's checked guilty. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
And on the next page of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document is titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal. Mr. Dodd, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is that your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, there are two boxes that are checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Mr. Dodd, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dodd, prior to signing and initialing these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Without objection.
No objection, State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Kimler, you advising counsel, Mr. Dodd, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None that I'm aware of, Your Honor.
Mr. Dodd, your attorney, Mr. Kimler, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided fully effective and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dodd, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your pleas and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State,
Yes, Your Honor.
do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
Your Honor, the agreement is for 3 days' time served with court costs to be taxed and retired.
Okay, Mr. Dodd, state is offering that you serve 3 days in the Jefferson County Jail, but you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail because you've already served 3 days in Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for time served. Now, the court cost in this case is $352. Mr. Dodd, you will not have to pay this court cost because the time that you spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court cost will be taxed and retired. Mr. Dodd, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, not charged with. Do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you, sir, just for the record. How many actual days did he serve in jail?
How many days, sir?
I think I got a way low there.
So how do we spell the last name again?
DODD.
DODD.
Hey, you got your thing?
No.
More than that?
Yes, sir.
About how many?
First name K-O.
KOY.
K-O-Y.
Coy.
6 or 7.
6 or 7?
I found it out.
Yeah, I'm just, oh, yeah, because I was thinking if we, 3 days may not cover the court cost. So we just, what I'll do, well,
What you got?
you got 9.
9?
What's that? Oh.
I already had 3 on this charge.
3 would have just been his accusation, and then he's probably arrested him again.
Hmm.
I mean, they normally have a minimum of 4. Unless he bonded out.
No, he didn't bond out. I guess you bonded out eventually.
Hey,
They must have filed a warrant on you after the, before the accusation, right? On Class B.
Yeah.
You take somebody off. Class B,
Got
they
it.
put a warrant.
Got to spend January 9th, January 10th, 2020. That'd be 2.
Oh, that's 3. 9, 10, and,
9th and 10th.
oh, 9th and 10th, okay. That's
And then
2.
I've got spent May 6th of 19 bonded out.
I guess that's 3 then.
That'd be 3.
Oh, let them Okay, so Mr. Dodd, the state is offering that you serve 3 days in Jefferson County Jail. You will not have to serve any more time in Jefferson County Jail because you've already spent 3 days in Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for time served. Now, the court cost in this court is $352. But you will, let's see. Seem like he'll still have to pay $52. Okay, now are you working?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. Like he'll have to pay $52, but you get credit for 3 days, what? $100 a day?
Right.
Yeah, so, you got 3 days, that'll cover you for the $300, so that means you'll have to pay $52. Would you be able to pay the $52?
Yeah, who I pay to?
You pay it downstairs to the,
I'll show you.
they'll show you where you have, okay. Now, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you've entered into with the state. Why don't you stand right here on the X? Yeah,
Thank you, Your Honor.
okay, you welcome. Okay. Mr. Who's representing Mr.? Okay, cases, the court is in session and calls number 326-544, case of style of state of Texas versus Dan Henry Young. We have Mr. Young, who is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Young, how are you doing?
Doing fine. How about yourself, Your Honor?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Young, you were represented.
I'm represented by Dustin Galmore.
Yes, you have two cases. You have cause number 321-944 and the other cases. Actually, you have three cases.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes,
You have
sir.
cause number 321-944, cause number 326-544, and cause number 330-092. All three cases are style of state of Texas versus Daniel Henry Young Jr. And Mr. Young, I see, according to our docket, Mr. Galmore is your attorney of record in cause number 321-944. Is that correct, Mr. Galmore?
That's correct.
And so the other two cases, you're not represented by an attorney. Now, Mr. Galmore, what is your announcement in cause number 321-944?
That's still a trial, Your Honor, and he is trying to make arrangements to get me hired on the other cases.
Okay, so, but due to our COVID protocols, we're not having trials this month.
Okay.
And so we're gonna reset your case. And Mr. Young, you want these other two cases set with the case that Mr. Galmore is on?
Yes, sir. That was his advisory because I've paid him some since then on the other cases, but I haven't fully been able to pay him off.
Okay, so let's give out, what's it, April 11th? Okay, this case is gonna be set for trial on April 11th of 2022. Mr. Galmore, you can get your reset. Stand over there, sign for your reset. And Mr. Young, stay in contact with your attorney, Mr. Galmore, and stay in contact with your, he's gonna be on one, right? Yeah, all right. And stay in contact with your bondsman. They'll be given notice of your reset dates. Mr. Young, thanks for being patient with us. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir, you too.
Is Tyler Tatum present?
He's in the courthouse. He's outside of the.
Oh, you get Tyler Tatum. And
I see Mr.
you have
Goff.
Bruno, you got Monte Bruno.
Correct. I see Mr. Goff
On
and
Zoom?
Mr. Connor on Zoom.
Okay. We'll just go down the list. Are you Tyler Tatum?
Yes, sir.
We're in session in cause number 324-437, cause number 324-865. Both cases are style of state of Texas versus Tyler James Tatum. Mr. Tatum, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Tatum?
Oh, pretty good.
That's good. Mr. Tatum, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Dustin Galmore. Mr. Galmore, what is your announcement?
Still trying. Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Tatum, due to our COVID protocols and county court law number 2, we will not be having trials this month. So your case will be reset to our next available trial docket. Okay, what date? Okay, that's reset to April 11th. Stand on the X. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you have to sign, Mr. Galmore.
Oh, I have to sign?
Yeah, once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go, Mr. Tatum. Monte Bruno? Monte Bruno? This, okay, we're in session of cause numbers 324-754, cause number 324-756. Both cases are style of state of Texas versus Monte Shania Bruno.
Yes.
Is that your full name? Okay. How you doing, Ms. Bruno? I'm doing fine. Thanks, Ms. Bruno. You're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Dustin Galmore. Mr. Galmore, what's your announcement?
Still trying, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Bruno, due to our COVID protocols and county court law number 2, we will not be having trials this month. So your case will be reset to the next available trial docket. What's that date? April 11th? Okay, so this case will be reset to April 11th. Your attorney is going to sign for your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, we're in session in cause number 327-450. Case is style of state of Texas versus Robert Adam Goff. We have Mr. Goff appearing via Zoom. Mr. Goff?
There he is.
Sorry about that. I'm getting a bad connection, so
Okay, Mr. Goff, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you, sir?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Goff. You're here represented by your attorney, Dustin Galmore. Mr. Galmore, what's your announcement in Mr. Goff's
It's still
case?
trying, Judge.
Okay, now, Mr. Goff, due to our COVID protocols in county court at law number 2, we will not be having trials the month of February. So your case will be reset to our next available trial document. Give us that. Okay, that court date is April 11th of 2022. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bond. They will be giving notice of your reset dates. And Mr. Goff, this will conclude your case. Thanks for being patient with us. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. You too, Your Honor.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, we're in session at clause number 321-225 and clause number 327-795. Both cases are style of state of Texas versus Russell Bean or Russell Thomas Bean. Mr. Bean, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Bean, our docket note that Mr. Galmore is on one of your cases, which is cause number 321-225. And he's not on the second case, which is cause number 327-795. And I think Bruce Cobb was here earlier, and Bruce Cobb is on your felony cases. Is that correct?
That is correct, Judge, and his felony was reset. Oh, no, he had the felony at 10.
It was at 10:30, wasn't it?
I was supposed to be there at 10:30. He told me to come over here.
Okay, well, he's going to felony next.
Okay, now, Mr. Galmore, if his cases are reset, do you want this case to reset on the same date?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so Mr. Bean, you can be excused to go to your felony court. And once you finish there, you come back here and let us know what that court date is, and your cases will be set along with your felony.
Okay, yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Yeah, is that concludes your cases?
Tyler Connor.
T-Con, okay. Okay, this is cause number 321-566. Case is style of state of Texas versus Tyler Lindsay Connor. We have Mr. Connor appearing via Zoom. Mr. Connor, how are you doing?
Pretty good. How are you, Judge?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Connor, your attorney is Mr. Justin Galmore. Mr. Galmore, what's your announcement?
That's still a trial, Judge.
Same for trial. Mr. Connor, I think you sat through a couple of these cases, and you heard me say that
Yes, sir.
due to our COVID protocols, this case will be reset to our next available trial date.
Okay, yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, and that date is April 11 of 2022. You can get your reset, Mr. Connor. Well, Mr. Connor, your attorney is going to get your reset. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman for your court date. Again, that date is April 11 of 2022 for trial. Now, on that date, you need to be here in person if we are released from our COVID protocol. All right?
Yes,
So,
sir.
thanks for being patient with us, and you have a blessed day. You're free to go.
Yes, sir. You too, Your Honor.
And Mr. Galmore, you're free to go as well.
I do have one more,
You do have
but he's not here. It's Mr. DeQueer. And we believe he has COVID. He was set today for a felony. And so the felony court instructed him to take a COVID test today. And if he is positive, it'll be reset. If he's negative, then he'll have to be here Monday next week.
So you want us to set it with that?
We do, but
And you
we
got-
don't know yet when it'll be set because he's got to take a COVID test today.
Okay, and you're gonna get us that?
I can do that.
Okay.
Once I find out the result and talk to the felony court, I can call
Okay,
your court coordinator,
okay. That's fine.
Mr. DeQueer.
Okay. Mr. Baylor, would you please get Charles Ray Smith. Yeah,
Should be right outside the door.
court is in session in its pretrial conference plea docket. First case is cause number 328-834. Case is style the state of Texas versus Charles Ray Smith. Mr. Smith, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Smith?
All right.
Okay, Mr. Smith, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. James Paget. Mr. Paget, how are you doing?
Good, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Paget, what is your announcement in Mr. Smith's case?
So we'll go on your plea docket, Your Honor. We have two offers on the case, and I'm gonna visit with Mr. Smith about it in my office.
Okay.
Make a decision.
The 28th? Okay, this case is being reset to March 28th of 2022. Mr. Smith, your attorney is going to get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Mr. Paget. Is Christopher Herring?
Right outside the door to the right. Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Bailiff, get Ryan Epps. This is he's on the same page with Mr. Herring, page 4 of the announcement docket at the bottom. And this is cause number 328-924, excuse me, 920. Let me repeat that. Cause number 328-920. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Christopher Herring. Mr. Herring, is that your full name?
Christopher Michael here.
Christopher Michael Herring. How are you doing, Mr. Herring?
Yes, myself.
I'm blessed as well. Mr. Herring, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. James Paget. Mr. Paget, what is your announcement for Mr. Herring?
It's gonna go on your trial document.
Trial docket. Okay. This case is going to be reset to April 18th of 2022. Your attorney is going to get your reset. Mr. Herring, once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Mr. Paget, just stand over there, sign for your reset. Okay.
I'll be waiting on the call. Mr. Epps may be down in felony court in his drug court.
Okay. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call Heather Galmore and Mark LeBlanc? Heather Galmore, would you please come forward? Excuse me, Gilmore?
You just finished.
I said Galmore, yeah. Okay, we're in session and calls numbers 325-739 and calls number 325-871. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Heather Marie Gilmore. Ms. Gilmore, is that your full name? How you doing, Ms. Gilmore?
Fine.
That's good, Ms. Gilmore. You're here representing, right? Mr. Lane, could you put your mic on mute? Okay. Thank you. Ms. Gilmore, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. James Paget. Mr. Paget, what is your announcement in Ms. Gilmore's cases?
Your Honor, we've come to an agreement here. My client is going to pay restitution to the complaining witness in the case,
Okay,
and then both cases will be dismissed once that's paid. So
how much time does she need to get the restitution?
whatever pleases the court, because she has the money, she just needs to go get a money order and she'll get it to me and I'll pay it. And the case will be dismissed prior to the day we have court.
Okay, Ms.
It's really up
Gilmore,
to-
how much time do you need to get the restitution
She has it. I
today?
mean, she has the money. If you'll just give her, why don't we just reset it for a week? And then she'll get the receipt to me and I'll bring it to the prosecutor.
Okay,
And then
okay,
both
because
cases will be
okay, so it's
dismissed.
gonna be restitution. Is it being payable to the DA's office, or how does that
It's
work?
being payable, it's gonna be a money order made out to the complaining witness. However, I'll get the money order and I'll present it to the district attorney's office.
Usually,
prior
Ms.
to
Sonia will
court.
fill that in, but the only thing on that, if you'll just sign on the front of it, it usually has a place down there for you to sign your name and put your address, and then above is where they'll write in who it's to. So that way- Just make sure you, because that way, if he brings it up here and it's not signed by you, then they won't be
It
able
will
to
be.
take it. Okay.
Okay,
We'll make
okay,
sure. Thank you.
so we're gonna reset it 1 week,
That's fine.
or just Gilmore, just to pay restitution?
Just call me, get it to my office and I'll take care of it.
Yeah, standard announcement, plea docket. No, you could just, put on announcement docket, 1 week,
Is that cool? You can-
okay, 2/14.
I'll be in the office tomorrow. Come see me.
All right, same to you. You free to go. Mark LeBlanc. This is cause number 325-867, case of Style of State of Texas versus Mark Anthony LeBlanc. We have Mr. Mark Anthony LeBlanc, who's present in court. Mr. LeBlanc, how are you doing?
Fine, sir.
I'm doing fine, thanks, thanks. Mr. LeBlanc, you're represented by your attorney, Mr. Paget. Mr. Paget, what's your announcement in Mr. LeBlanc's case?
It'll stay on your trial docket, Your Honor.
Okay, now, Mr. LeBlanc, due to our COVID protocols in County Court Law number 2, we won't be having trials this month. So your case is gonna be reset to the next available trial docket, and that's April 11th, April 18th, okay, April 18th of 2022. Once you get your reset from your attorney, Mr. LeBlanc, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Okay.
Just, move on.
Todd Ross.
You should be right outside. He may have had an emergency. We may have to do that by Zoom. So I'm gonna contact him. He was
Okay,
on the phone with a family member. So
Okay.
I'll step out and contact him.
Is
We'll get up on
is
Zoom.
that your last one?
I think it is.
Yeah, okay.
I think it is.
All right, you're free to go.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we'll be waiting.
Yes, I'll get him. He's been here all morning. so
Okay.
no problem.
Okay. Okay, we're in session, Colton Goodman,
Yes, Your Honor.
he's outside.
Yes, sir.
Would you please call the name of Colton Goodman?
He was up here at 9, Judge, and I was late. But he called from up here. So,
Court is in session in cause numbers 324-644, cause number 324-648, Both cases are style of state of Texas versus Colton Ray Goodman. Mr. Goodman, how are you doing?
Pretty good.
That's good. Mr. Goodman, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. David Grove. Mr. Grove, how are you doing?
Good, Judge, thank you.
That's good. Mr. Grove, what is your announcement in Mr. Goodman's cases?
Well, we still think he needs a trial in these cases, Judge.
Okay, now, Mr. Goodman, due to our COVID protocols in County Court at Law Number 2, we're not having trials for the month of February. So you're gonna get set on the next available trial docket, okay? Which is April 18th. Okay, this case is gonna be reset to April 18th of 2022. Mr. Goodman, you can get your reset from your attorney. He's gonna sign for your reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day. Mr. Grove?
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're welcome. What?
Felony court.
Hold on a minute. Let me see that guy. Okay, Mr. Is that Ms. McGann? Okay, this is cause number 327248. The case is style of state of Texas versus Nicole Caroline. Is that Carolyn? Okay, Nicole Carolyn McDaniel. Ms. McDaniel, how you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. McDaniel, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Brian Lane. Mr. Lane, what is your announcement in Ms. McDaniel's case?
Your Honor, we're respectfully requesting one more announcement. This felony case, companion case, we
Okay.
expect to be pled within 30 days.
Okay,
And then.
do we have a court date on that?
I approached and Susan said, we'll send you a reset.
Okay, so what we'll do,
I said 30 days.
okay, we'll look in the computer, so when they reset, you want to set on the same day?
Yes, sir, that's fine.
Okay, we'll do that. So,
And we expect, Your Honor, to, if that please, we're gonna dismiss the trespassing in and out.
okay, so we're gonna reset it on the felony. You'll be free to go.
Thank you.
Your reset will be sent to you. Ms. McDaniel, stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. They'll be giving notice of your reset. You're free to go. You have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you.
Mr. Grove had another. Is he? Mr. Bailiff. Mr. Grove had another one too. He had Brandon Tankersley.
Tankersley is,
Okay. Okay. I ain't got another. Right here's a warrant. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call Katie McKee? Ms. McKee, would you come forward? This is cause number 330-498. The case is style of State of Texas versus Katie D. McKee. Ms. McKee, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Ms. McKee, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Nathan Reynolds. Attorney Reynolds, how you doing?
Doing well, Judge.
That's good. State is represented by Attorney Daniel Boyd. Attorney Boyd, how you doing?
Doing well, Your Honor. Thank you.
That's good. Now, Mr. Reynolds, what is your announcement for Ms. McKee?
Judge, she's been accepted into the DWI pretrial program. I think their signing date is April 7th. So we asked.
That- that second week?
Maybe the week after.
Will do, okay. Okay, it's gonna be reset for April 18th. Oops. You can get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
All right, and this is the only case you have? All right, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day. You can stand over there and get your reset. Mr. Bailey, could you please get Bo Harvey?
President of the court, Your Honor.
This is cause number 323-981. Case is style of State of Texas versus Bo Thomas Harvey. Mr. Harvey, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Harvey?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking, Mr. Harvey. You here represented by Attorney Tom Kelly. Attorney Kelly, how are you doing?
Just fine, Judge. Thank you.
Mr. Kelly, what is your announcement on Mr. Harvey's case?
Your Honor, I've submitted some additional documents to the DA's office. I'd like to stay on this docket if you'd allow us to.
Okay, how much time?
30, 45 days, Judge.
Okay, give us a 45-day reset. Bo Harvey's first one on the pretrial conference docket. Okay, it'd be March 28, 2022. Mr. Harvey, you're gonna get your reset from your attorney, who's gonna be signing over here. And once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Sir.
And Mr. Kelly, I think this is your only case?
It is, Your
Yeah,
Honor.
you're free to go as well and you have a blessed day.
You as well, Judge.
All
Thank you.
right, thank you. Okay. We have Jose Amenderis. That's on the pretrial conference docket.
We've applied for pretrial diversion.
Okay, this is cause number 329-418. Case is style State of Texas versus Jose Angel Nunez Amenderis. That's your full name? All right. Now, Mr. Amenderis, how are you doing? Okay, he says he's doing well.
Yeah, speak up.
All right, now, Mr. Galmore, what was your announcement?
We would apply for pretrial diversion if we could stay on the pretrial conference like we'd like to. If he's not accepted into that program, we can resolve it with a plea.
Oh, so you don't know if he's been accepted yet?
That's correct, Judge. We've applied, we don't have an answer yet.
I would think April might be full. I'm just guessing. So normally, you know, a month or two
Right.
before, so we'll put it in June,
That's fine, Judge.
second week of June. Could you give us a reset second week in June?
June?
Yes, he's applying for pretrial diversion.
June 13th.
Okay, to be reset June 13 of 2022. You can stand over and get your reset.
Gonna have a Mr. Clon Williams.
Okay.
He didn't answer in the hall.
Okay, he'll call again. Okay, Mr. Amenderis, you're free to go. Once you get your reset, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day. You say Williams. What docket is he on?
I believe he's on the announcement.
Announcement. You say Williams?
Yes. He's also got.
Yeah, Clon Williams
He also has felonies
to
associated.
do an
with it.
assessment.
Hold on, who's the judge?
Clon Javal Williams. He's number one, he's on the last,
He's in Montgomery State Hospital as of 102 patients.
Oh,
oh, okay,
well, that's an answer right there.
okay. Yeah, see, yeah, okay.
Okay.
We don't know how long he's gonna be here, so,
He does. He has.
but is the felony
associated-
set, let's set it on the same day of the felony, that's
Yeah.
May 2nd.
Yeah, he has felonies associated with the same incident.
Okay, it'll be reset May 2nd, 2022.
Who was that on?
That's, Klon Williams at the bottom, the last one on page 1 of the announcement docket.
Okay.
He's in the hospital. You tell Mr. Gilthorpe to sign? Mr. Gilthorpe, she needs you to sign. Okay, let me. Okay, the court is in session. Court is in session and calls number 328-298 on the trial docket, page 4. Case is style of State of Texas versus Kenneth Lee Marquise. We have Mr. Kenneth Marquise, who is appearing here. Mr. Marquise is Mr. Marquise, how are you doing? Okay, your mic must be on mute or the volume is low. No, we still can't hear you. No, we can't hear. I don't know what's.
How about now?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's good. We can hear you now.
All right,
How are
sir.
you doing, Mr. Marquise?
Doing good, thank you.
That's good, Mr. Marquise. You're represented by your attorney, Mr. Kevin Lane, who is also appearing via Zoom.
Correct.
Mr. Lane, how are you doing? Mr. Lane?
Yes, Your Honor, I can hear you. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Lane, what is your announcement in Mr. Marquis' case?
Ready for trial. We do have the evidence. We've gotten an offer and rejected the offer, and we're asking for a
Okay.
jury trial.
Okay, now, due to our COVID protocols in County Court Law Number 2, we will not be having trials the month of February. So we'll give you our next available trial date, and that date is April 18th of 2022. Mr. Lane, your reset will be sent to you. Mr. Marquis, stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. They will be given copies of the reset. As I stated earlier, due to our COVID protocols, your case is being reset to April 18th. You're free to go. Thanks for being patient with us, and you have a blessed day.
You too, sir. Thank you.
All right. Zoomed out and zoomed back in. Mr.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm sorry. I'm multitasking. Thank you.
Okay, your reset will be sent to you. The case is reset to April 18th of 2022. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome. Oh, he wasn't there. Hold on a minute. Okay, this is cause number 326902. Case is filed, the state of Texas versus Richard Lee Thompson. Mr. Thompson, is that your full name?
Yes, sir, it is.
How you doing, Mr. Thompson?
I'm hanging in there, sir.
Okay, hang on, don't hang up.
I'm trying to hang on.
Okay. Now, Mr. Thompson, you're representing yourself, so you're pro se. I have a note here saying that did he sign up for BIP contract? What is?
Yes, I've completed the class. I've completed my
Oh, you
class. I
come-
did
you-
an online class.
Oh, so you completed BIP?
Yes, sir. Well, the class itself.
Right.
At the beginning of tonight.
Did you,
I sent it to my probation officer. I can also look it up and show you show you on my phone that my completed class, and it's got a.
I think you probably have to get it to the district attorney's office, right?
Okay.
Mr.
Yes, Your Honor. Our notes do indicate that on April 8th of 21, the defendant signed up for the DIP program. If he believes he's completed all the requirements, should contact the district attorney's office, ask for the coordinator. And if he has completed,
Yeah.
she'll let us know and we'll dismiss the case.
So you understanding you have to ask for the coordinator of the BIP program with the DA's office?
Understood.
Okay,
Okay.
you have you know how to contact the DA's office?
Pardon,
Do
sir.
you know how to contact the DA's office?
I got a number from this gentleman.
I'll write
Last
down your
month.
contact for him.
Okay, they'll get you that information. So what we'll do, we'll reset him for 30 days. And then what will happen, Mr. Thompson, is this. Once they verify the information, they may get a dismissal to the court and the case will be dismissed, which means you won't have to appear, but you would have to, before your court date, just check with call the court to find out whether or not the case is still pending and you have to appear,
Okay,
okay?
okay.
And you could also check with your bondsman,
Okay,
all right? So we're gonna reset it for 30 days. March 28th, stand over there
can we?
on the fort, yes.
I apologize. My wife's dad is sick and we're trying to get north. Is there any way we can reset that for before that? Because Thursday I'll have the community service stuff done and everything will be complete.
Also, you still got community
I
service
have
to
the
do?
community service to do, but my wife says, look, just pay the 100 and let's just pay the 140 and
So how much time you think you
I'll
need to
have that paid
complete?
on Thursday.
So
I'm sorry, I apologize, on the 20th. My wife gets paid again. So
what's the
we'll-
20th? That's the 20th, isn't it? That's
If
about-
they leave it set for that same date, as long as you call up here and get Daniela to know, we can have it dismissed once you've completed all your terms of it, so.
So you wouldn't have to come,
Okay.
That's what he said.
Have to come as long as you
Okay.
call.
as long as all of that stuff has been done and they verified.
Okay, we just been hanging on to get all this done before we try and even.
Understand? Understand?
Okay.
All right, so you're gonna stand on the 4X
Yes, sir.
in front of the court coordinator?
Yes, sir.
She's gonna get it reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, stay over here on the 4X. What's that date again? Okay. What else we have? Mr. Bailey. Court is now in session and calls number 324403. Case is style of state of Texas versus Ruben Gutierrez. Mr. Gutierrez, would you please come forward?
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Gutierrez. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fine, Mr. Gutierrez. You represented here by your attorney, Johnson Bailey. Attorney Bailey, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge.
Attorney Bailey, what is your announcement in Mr. Gutierrez's case?
We're ready for trial, Your Honor.
Okay, now, Mr. Bailey, due to County Clerk Law Number 2, COVID protocols, will not be having trial for the month of February. Therefore, Mr. Gutierrez's case is going to be set on our next available trial docket. And that docket is April 18th of 2022. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
So we reset it to April 18th, 2022. Once you get your reset, Mr. Bailey, from the court coordinator, you'll be free to go. Once you get your reset from the attorney, you'll be free to go. You can stand over there. Okay, you are.
You can sign.
Was that? Okay, person that's on iPhone 2 on Zoom, would you please identify yourself?
Todd Ross.
Okay, hold on, Mr. Ross.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Hold on. Here it is. Page 4, the trial docket. Gadget. Okay. Where's Mr. Okay, Mr. Ross, we'll wait for your attorney to get on Zoom. He was here early. He said he was gonna appear back on Zoom.
Okay.
So you just put your mic on mute, and then once your attorney makes his appearance, you can take it off of mute.
You got it.
All right. Okay, we got Mr. The court is in session in several cases. First case is cause number 32647. Excuse me, I repeat that. Cause number 326422. Cause number 326692. Cause number 328106. Cause number 328472. Cause number 329666. And cause number 330046. All 6 cases are styled the state of Texas versus Tanisha Green. Ms. Green, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Ms. Green? That's good, Ms. Green. Yeah, you're represented in these cases by your attorney, Mr. Langston Adams, who is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Adams, how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Okay, Mr. Adams, I think, now, Ms. Green had a felony case, and your felony case reset? And what day did they reset it to? Next Monday? Is that the 14th? I think it's been reset till February 14th. Mr. Adams, you want these cases set on the same day?
Yeah, because I got court on the 14th anyway, so that's fine.
Okay, Ms. Green, your misdemeanor cases will be set on February the 14th along with your felony case. And Ms. Green, your attorney will be sent a copy of the reset. You can sign for your reset in court with our court coordinator. On that day, you need to appear in felony court, and once you finish there, you come back, you come here just like you did today. All right? Stand on the 4X. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
All right,
And
thank you, Judge.
Okay, your recess will be sent to you, Mr. Adams. You're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
You too.
Okay, thank you. The court is in session and calls numbers 328033 and calls numbers 328035. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Todd Ray Ross. We have Mr. Ross appearing via Zoom. Mr. Ross, you can take your mic off of mute.
Okay.
Mr. Ross, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Ross, you're represented here by your attorney, Mr. James Padgett, who is also appearing via Zoom. Mr. Padgett, again, how are you doing?
Doing well, Your Honor. Good seeing you again.
That's good. Mr. Padgett, Mr. Ross' cases are set on the court's trial docket. What is your announcement?
They will stay on the trial docket.
Okay, now, Mr. Ross, due to our COVID protocol in County Court at Law Number 2, we will not be having jury trials for the month of February. So we will place your case on the next available trial docket. And that trial date is April 18th of 2022. Mr. Padgett will be given a copy of your reset date as well as your bondsman will be given a copy of your reset date as well. So stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. Mr. Ross, you are free to go. You have a blessed day. And Mr. Paget, your reset will be sent to you. You're free to go as well. And you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, I have one more case on Ryan Epps, who was in drug court this morning.
Okay.
He's going to be joining us by Zoom shortly. As soon as I can get him up, we'll jump back on.
Mr. Porter, who's in the back?
So I'll leave the meeting now, Your Honor, and as soon as he gets on, I'll jump back on with him.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You are. Court is in session in cause number 330996 and cause number 330998. Both cases are style of state of Texas versus Warren Leday Jr. Mr. Leday, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Leday?
All right, man.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Leday, you are pro se best. That means that you're representing yourself. I see here, Mr. Leday, that you had two felony cases set today in drug court.
Yes, sir. Mr. told me to come ask for this form to be reset.
Well, Ms. Morrison represents you only on the felonies, not on your misdemeanors.
Okay, well, she's the one that told me to come over here.
Well, I mean, I guess she told you, you were supposed to be in court today, here. Okay,
They had me over there. I just got.
I understand. Let me ask you this here.
Yes, sir.
What day did they reset your felony cases to?
To June 1st, I believe.
Could y'all check? Okay, what we're gonna do, we're gonna reset your misdemeanor cases with your felony cases. And we're gonna have you to stand on the 4X in front of our court coordinator. And she's gonna give you a reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. He's first person on page 5 of the announcement document. First two cases. I'm gonna reset him on the same day. Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams. Come forward.
How you doing, sir?
Mr. Williams, the court has been informed that your attorney, Mr. Tom Burbank, is in federal court. And so your case is going to be reset. It's going to be reset to April 18 of 2022. Get your reset over here and in front of our court coordinator. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Court will be in recess